right. Where's your number? Are we starting?
Yeah, we're starting.
There we go.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sort of Okay show about horses with Buck and Kyle.
Without our numbers today,
Yeah.
because his office is waiting for wearing a number.
So we've walked a little bit of the course. We're at fence 6 at the moment. It's pretty, it's pretty snug in the field here. It's a bit of a derby course at this point. You come around, jump 3 fences, head up the hill, and behind us you jump 2 angled houses up there and a 1. I don't think it's a terribly difficult exercise on top of the hill. But then you come down the hill and you take a shot at the stump down there at the bottom, which is a bit of a hard approach because they really come down that hill kind of wondering where they're going. The horses were dropping pretty good down it today. I actually have a stump like that at home, so mine at least has seen that style of jump, but I am going to definitely be taking that quite seriously, riding quite aggressive to it. And then we swing around and we jump through the water here. Nice shotgun here. I tried to get Buck to line up on the other side so I could shoot him, but he was a little too smart for me.
I think you're too slow on the shot. And then we even missed the duck.
Yeah.
Still standing.
And then you go across to B there. You come up around, galloping down this very steep hill. Our advance fence is around the corner there, so you want to straighten the line up to it. You see, and it's quite a beautiful presentation as long as you ride that well. But once you come down around this turn and you look at the footfalls, there's a lot of skidding, which is pretty typical. You got to take care of them. When you come around the turn, you actually see the jumps hidden a little bit, and you throw them onto their right shoulder, then back onto the left shoulder, and that's not going to give you a good jump at it. I think that's I think it's a poor placement because the way you can't really get them over their feet as well as you would like without really hooking them back probably in this area, which is obviously, people are going to be reluctant to do. That said, it's not a very big fence, so, but I would finding that line and trying to connect them. So at this point in the course, we've run along the back side in this sort of narrow channel that opens up here. The intermediate ran down the left side to a narrow and 2 corners. The striding was quite long there, but definitely doable. The advance runs down this right side, and we talked about this last night on the show, how we weren't happy with the back rail on the last corner because you potentially had the jump all the way through, but if you left long at it, you were going to get into trouble at it. Now, the great thing here is they took it to heart and they removed the back rail on the last quarter. I'm not sure that Mark will be happy about that, the designer, because he's over at Burley right now. But I think it was a fair thing to do because now you've got a few more options there and you aren't going to punish a mistake. So when you come down the hill, you've got to get up, set them up on the line that lines all 3 of the jumps up, and then the trick is to refocus, put your eye back on the very first jump, on the front rail. The first 2 is a forward show jumping stride. It's not way out there, so you should be able to get through that, and then hopefully you've got enough leg on over B to get up on the 2 to C. And it's almost a better way to teach the horses, because when we get asked this, if we get asked this at some championship, then they're not going to remove that corner. We should have trained them here as to how to respond, and they'll feel more confident because they won't get up in the air and get worried about it. If you look at the corner, both the corners were set this way. They've got frangible pins there so that if a horse did go on top of it, they'll break that pin, and obviously that's a safety feature. It doesn't stop you from tipping up, because even a show jump falling down is going to sometimes put you on your side. But I do think they've really done a good job with listening to what we had to say. The odd thing right now is the last element has the flag on the back, which or where the back rail would have been, which is a little bit what we would have had to jump. So you could actually jump A and B at the moment and then skirt around C if you had to and go through a gap without a jump. Ideally, they'll pull that post up because obviously we don't want stuff on the back side that a horse might bump into. And so I think what we're going to do is walk over here and talk to Allison Springer, who right now is leading the AEC division. Whether she knows it or not, we're going to put her on the camera.
Oh no!
Oh no! Come on, this is your. You know how many people watch this? This is
today, Allison, and your dressage
yeah,
warm-up.
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
there you go.
Everything I learned from
there
Buck,
we go.
actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yes, well, because you do suck on the flat. We've all noted that for a while. All I can say is thank you because you're actually on my team for this weekend. So
really?
you absolutely put me out. Yep,
You're
I
so
picked
full of
her.
shit.
Yeah, absolutely, I picked her.
Whatever.
I didn't even know there was team stuff
only
going
because
on.
Yes,
we got to watch the show.
Yeah, well, that's exactly. You're gonna watch it now because it's gonna be all about you,
It's all about
princess.
you. Exactly.
Okay.
So, Allison, how'd you feel about your test today?
Test was great. He nailed it. It was nice. It felt great. A little more nervous about tomorrow. I cross-country schooled him once last week, and that was the first time cross-country since Kentucky, so I hope I pull through for you.
That would have been information I could have used yesterday or 2 days ago. Damn
Well, the good thing is she's got this Tito's vodka
I
sponsor,
do.
so that should help her tomorrow. You know?
Yeah.
One way or another, it's going to
Yeah.
help in celebration or in commiserating with it.
No, I feel good about it, but
Well, how do you feel about the site, the course, everything like that?
you know, I'm excited. This is, you know, like seems a lot like Wellington Showcase. You know, it's whipping around and doing that, and you know, I've got a good relationship with her. I'm hoping it goes well. Does that sound good?
That sounds, I mean, I think all of us right now are doing the same thing. I hope got a good relationship.
Yeah,
I'm
but
hoping
really,
it goes well.
you know, it's always so impressive because if there's something that goes a little wrong, and this place had a lot of rain yesterday, and these guys have been doing a tremendous job to like keep the footing good, and I mean everything. Just that little cantina up there that they were building 2 days ago, that's now open for business. It was nothing. Now it's like a bar with chips and salsa, and like it's amazing.
I haven't made it to the bar and chips and salsa yet.
No, I just passing by it every day. I'm impressed. But yeah, I think that I like it. I think I like it a lot, and
You like the post in the
I
middle?
really do not like the post at the Sea Element. I think that's dangerous, you know. And I know, Buck, you're really nervous about it and trying, so
I am. Because
did
I've been
contact-
practicing skinnies, and so we've been. My horse might think it's a bounce.
It's a bounce.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
and with my history of head hits, I could see myself smacking.
Oh my God. It's gonna try to keep the horse between me and the ground and the shiny side down.
That's a
There
good.
you
That's a
go.
good plan.
What do you guys think? They made a
Wait,
wing.
can you put it over here, please? I can get to that one.
Can you put a pillow on the post?
Yeah, pillow on the post. So we're at fence. I have no idea. What number is this one? What number is this, Allison? 15. So we're at it's 15 A and B. Land Rover brush drop to a triple brush that has got quite a steep slope on the backside of the A element, and quite a sharp turn to a very narrow wedge that I think it can be done in lots of different options. For me, I'm going to just jump quiet and then be able to stay out in 6 strides and jump back across the B element. So I'm a little bit left to right on my line going to the next guy. There's lots of things you'll see. People can do 5 strides, they can do 7 strides, they can do lots of different things. I think it will ride well, and again, we're lucky that the ground's holding up, and I got to answer my phone. So now, Kyle, you're on.
So I'm going.
And,
Most of the people are going either on the 5 or the 6.
Sure.
I'm taking one more stride back in the turn because I don't see why I shouldn't. I'll be a little quicker on the front side because I'm going actually quite close to that jump. My horse is very, very rideable. But what I would like to do is get down here. It's so narrow there at B. I wanted to see it for a while so I can ride down to it. He's got a great eye, but he also will go, what can I see around here? So I'm spending one more stride because I'm not a big, we need a number. I want to make sure that I get that line early enough to get him level over top of his feet and then ride for it so I don't have any excuses. So that's my plan anyways. A little different probably than most people, but I would be inclined to try to play the stuff without the penalties a little more than I would have put it on the clock.
We're at the water. Kyle's going to jump in there, show us what a man he is.
Here we go. This is water, people. It's wet. You can drink it if you want. Buck, here, you want some?
I mean, I live in a small house, but I don't drink that kind of water.
So we come up the hill. The thing is, we've climbed a major hill. We've got a turn back there, 2 big turns, and then we've got 5 strides from that table to the water. The rampy rails in, 4 strides across the bank, and then they did open this up a little bit because earlier in the intermediate it was quite tight and there was a few bouncing it. It didn't ride terribly well, so and I think they just got that a little bit wrong. I do think in the advance they're not going to be coming up as strong because of the hill that they've climbed to get to this point. So, like, it's a pretty straightforward exercise. You could jump through this on a small pony if you wanted to. It's really not that complicated. Not taking anything away from small ponies, but the big thing is the fatigue from the hill. Are they going to re-energize? Are they going to find their blood again? Because in the intermediate, a lot of them are at the top there, a bit flat in their step, and so this has come with a lot more hill in front of it. So you better have shown up with a fit horse, or keep enough in the tank to get this done. Certainly one thing's for certain, when you're finished here, they're going to be a lot fitter after this show. So we're going to wrap this up here. The sort of, not the final question, there's one more after this, but this one here we've got, you can go on in direct 5 quite forward, or slightly outside 6 to the corner. Buck really likes the 5. The thing is, with the 5 you can always add the step if you want to. Once you're in there, for the same reason, I tend to want to go out on, stay on the 6 a little bit outside so I can keep moving forward and hopefully refreshen his legs. You know, if he feels incredible over there, maybe I'll go on that direct, but knowing me, I'll probably just jump it in a bit square, stay out a little bit, turn. He has plenty of time to see the corner then, and I can just move on up to it and hopefully make him feel good about it. All right, so the last combination on the course, we jump this table. It's supposed to be in a direct line down to V, the long 5. It's very doable, but I think there's a nice bending 6 there that I'm definitely going to make that B element just a little bit easier, finish the course, hopefully with them looking through the bridle, wanting to carry on to the next question. I think too many times you run it with a greener horse to these Bs with that front side sliced away, you can kind of teach them not to want to go straight. So I just like landing and having that option. I will say at Rolex you got to go down that line, and you need a horse with that stride and that rideability. I'm fortunate enough that I do have that. But I've got a beautiful test drive course for Land Rover up there on the hill. You can come in and you can actually go out on their trucks and they take you around and drive them. I think I'd be driving a lot bloody faster than that, which is probably why they won't let me drive. And then that whole, yesterday I mentioned that they took a whole hill and flattened it. That hill there over in the distance is the one they cut to make our showgrounds, which shows the sort of commitment they have. And that's Donald Trump's wall there with Neutrino on it and the Land Rover sign. That's what he's going to put between Mexico and America. But all they need is a few good event horses, and that wall won't keep them out. Anyways, we got 4 more jumps to do around the back side of that wall, and then we finish on the far side in front of the grandstand, which is really cool because everybody's cheering on people going out and coming back into this field. So, you know, hopefully we all feel good about how we finish. Buck's running off here in the background because he's far too important to do this show because we don't get paid to do it yet. Where, since I'm Canadian, I'm used to giving to the greater good, and you people out there, you're the greater good. So. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of the idea. You can see all the, you know, the facility here is just second to none in the world, I would say, for what they've done. So anyways, thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.